Good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Something's Puzzling Gus. Again, I do not have my wonderful, beautiful partner Jess here with me. She is currently 3 hours north, up in Seattle, getting ready for PAX West. Rose Gauntlet Foundation, who she does work for, is on the board of. They are doing one of their three three big events. I believe it's three. This weekend at PAX West, it is called Game Changers. They're going to be hosting a dinner for women and women identifying folks in the games industry. And she is there helping put that all together along with wonderful people like the one that I know, the wonderful Panda. She is also up there, and some other great folks. I know Lindsay. I don't know Lindsay, but Lindsay from Rose Gauntlet will be there. Mandy, who you may know from Salt and Sass and many other wonderful board game things, is also going to be there. So they are doing some awesome work up there, which means I am flying solo once again. So happy Thursday. The week is almost done. If you are in the States, I hope that means that you are looking forward to a 3-day weekend that is kicking off here in just a little bit. I know I am very much looking forward to that. My boss had said that we can duck out a little bit early tomorrow, so I actually get to kick it off even that much earlier. So I am stoked. One more night, one more day of work, and then it's off for 3 days. And this weekend's going to be a lot of fun. Not only do I get an extra day off, which is always fun, but Jess's grandma's 90th birthday is on Saturday. So she is going to be rushing back from PAX West Saturday morning, picking me up, and then we're heading on down to grandma's house to help be part of the 90th birthday celebrations, which is just an amazing feat. Like, she is this great, awesome little old lady who keeps on kicking, and we are so excited that she has hit such an amazing milestone. So that is going to be really fun to get to hang out with family and celebrate something so cool. So 90th birthday that day. The next day, if weather and energies and everything hold out, there is a big air show that happens in a little town southwest of us that happens to be in wine country, and a vineyard that we have been wanting to check out sent out a Facebook event saying, hey, come park in our vineyard, drink our wines. We're going to have taco trucks here, and the jets fly right over. So it's a pretty cool event. We're like, okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. So it's going to be real hot. The heat's kicking up again, but man, drinking wine, eating tacos, and watching jets fly over sounds pretty cool. So that is hopefully what Sunday's going to look like. And then, if Monday's Labor Day, it's a day that you're supposed to be taking a break from working. So Jess will probably have to work and I get it off. So we'll see if that is how things go down. But it should be a really great weekend full of family and fun things. And I'm looking forward to it. And we're almost there, folks. We are almost to the end of the week. It's kind of fun. Like when Jess and I first kicked off this D&J Plays streaming show, whatever this would be called, it was always on Mondays, and so we'd be saying like, all right guys, here we go, kicking it off, let's get this week going. And now we're on the back end, and now we get to say, I hope everybody's week has gone as well as it possibly could, and that you're doing good, and we're almost to the weekend. So folks, I hope your week has gone as well as it possibly could. We are almost there. Let's get it to the weekend, and we're gonna have fun and play games. So I was trying to see something that we hadn't played yet. So Jess has played so much of our library on stream. We do have to get through our Gen Con stuffs, so you will see more of those coming. We just haven't had a ton of time to play games together, as Jess is an amazing working girl now, and that means that a lot of the nights she's off making other people's gaming nights happen well. So we still have a lot to do. We did play Rock Hard 1977, I think is the year that's in that title. by the awesome Jackie Fox, who lived rocking hard in 1977 and put an amazing amount of depth and experience into that game that it was really, really fun. Like, it was probably one of the most thematically rich games that I've played in a while. You felt all of the elements of trying to get yourself better, trying to get your band going, trying to get in front of people, the temptation to maybe partake in things that may help you in the short term but hurt you long term. And um, yeah, she did a really, really great job of designing that one. So I don't know if it's going to fit here on the channel. Maybe. It's got a big table presence, and that may hinder our ability to put it on live streaming. Maybe. We'll see. But it was a lot of fun. So if it's a theme that you are interested in getting your band going, then check it out. Jackie's awesome. So I've had the pleasure to meet her at PAX U last year. So that was really cool. But looking through our other stuff, we still got quite a few that we got to play so that we can get them here. And hopefully there will be more Thursdays where Jess is available so we both can be here to play them with you. And tonight, though, I'm going to do one that we had bought, hadn't played yet, shelf of opportunity game for sure. It is called... I can't ever get this left-right stuff right when I'm staring at myself. Joan of Arc, Orleans Drawn Right. This is a flip and write, which is one of my very favorite things to do. It is also very chainy. It can be, which is one of my very favorite types of flip and write, roll and writes, draw and writes, whatever you want to call them. So this can get you this, which can then get you this, and then maybe you get a bonus action, and that's always fun. So I'm going to do the solo mode, which is going to be me against Joan of Arc herself. So who will be the best at trying? Joan of Arc was famous for sticking up for like the peoples of France. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly where her notoriety came from, but I know she was a heroic fighter. She was pretty bad, and I don't know. Going up against her seems like maybe not the best idea, but maybe we'll try to hold our own against or in comparison to her, so that we also can help with defending the people of France. So I'm gonna drop us down to the table. You can see what this looks like. Prepare to enter a land of beige. There is some color within the cards. There's some green, a little bit of blue, but it is a very beige game. I've never played Orleans, the bag builder. I've always been interested, but it just hasn't happened. And I also haven't played this yet. This will be the first play. But I watched the video, read the rules, think I got it. So apologies if there are any mistakes made. But we're going to work our way through it. Orleans, Joan of Arc, Orleans Drawn Right is a game played over a couple of eras. And in each one, there's going to be different types of workers, peoples, occupational peoples that are pulled out of a bag, and these represent our options for taking our turns. And with each one, there's a couple of different options that you're going to be able to do with them. So on the table, we have the first 5 that have been pulled out, and then there's a couple over to the side. These are to kind of mix up the counts, so there's going to be a couple of worker types that come out because there is a bag of more workers, and all of these are going to come out. So when I've pulled 2 out that are out of this particular age, now I know there's 1 less farmer and 1 less knight that could potentially come out in the future turns of this round. There are 5 in a 2-player game, and you play the solo mode in 2-player mode with you and Joan being the 2 players. Whoever's first player, and it's always the human being in the solo mode, will take one of these workers and then carry out one of the particular options of it. There are main actions to be done with each one, and we'll kind of go through them as we go. But basically, like a farmer is going to get you a particular type of good. A knight is going to go defend a road, so you're going to go traveling along the roads over here, which are the tan lines. There are also blue lines that we don't have one out, but there are boat people and sailors, and so they can help you go along the sea routes along the map. The scholars are going to help you progress along the book track, so they call it the development track. So I guess we're developing our brains and our knowledge. We have tradespeople, and they help you get these particular buildings and build up a trade. And all of those help make each of your future actions stronger of that particular type. And so we'll talk about some of those, but that's how you get a particular trade. And then lastly, we don't have it out either, but there is a craftsperson, and a craftsperson allows you to build up one of these cities along a route that you have visited. And so any of these numbers that you have gotten to, you can build it up, circle it. And some of these things, like cities, first person to do that takes it, and everybody else has to scratch it out. There are also bonuses in various ways that you will get. Some of the bonuses are in octagons. Those are also first person to get it, gets it, and then everybody else scratches it out. But basically, as you complete rows of a particular good, so all of the wheats or all of the cheeses, or a column, one of each good, you get different points or bonuses. So anytime you see this black shield, that's going to be points for the end game. Or you could get particular bonuses. Over here are coins. Coins are going to be the ways in which you will build cities. Not only do you have to have the craftsperson, but you need money to do it. That's the way the world goes around. And also the tradespeople will gain you coins. But then if you want to build one of the buildings, they cost coins as well. So that also makes sense. But if you gain an entire row of coins, then you get a bonus. If you gain and use an entire column of coins, you get bonuses. Yeah, so it's, and then what's cool, so this is one way that you can use the worker. So this is kind of the main action that you can do. And at any time, if you don't want to do the particular type of worker that you drew, you can convert them into a monk 3 different times during the game. But every time you do, you will lose points. So the first time you do it, it costs you a point. The second time you do it, it costs you 2 points. And then if you do it all the third time, that costs you 4 more points. So those points are lost, but maybe getting that monk action is exactly what you need to do. Monks can be used as any type of worker. So basically, if I really wanted that boats person instead of the knight or whatever, I could grab the knight, turn it into a monk, and then I could do the boats person action. Up here is another way that you can use your workers. So you can use them for their basic action, or you can go send them to do a good deed. Beneficial deed, I believe is what they call these. So benefiting the world of France. And up here, they have particular spots that require particular types of workers. So you can have a spokesperson or a monk or a farmer or a knight, etc. And each time you fill in one of these circles in that beneficial deed banner, you get the bonus listed below it, which, for example, this one would be a good of your choice and a book, one movement along the development track. And if you're the first person to do all 3 in a particular beneficial deed banner, there is an octagon down at the bottom. And remember, that's a first person to get it bonus, so you would get that as well. If you complete an entire banner, everybody else has to cross out that entire banner, and they can no longer go there. So that's one spot where being first kind of really takes out some other people's abilities to do things. But most everywhere else, you can continue to move along and do the things you want to do. So I can use it as the main action. I can use it to go do a beneficial deed. Thought there was a third way that I can use them. Hold on, rules reference. Oh, right. Okay, so these cards over here that the tradesperson can build, they're called locations. And some of them have this arrow on them. So it shows the circle and it shows an arrow. And that is a different type of action that you could do instead of the basic or the beneficial. So if I had the tradesperson, instead of getting a coin or building a location, or instead of putting them into the beneficial deed, if I had this particular card with the tradesperson, I could get a coin and move along the development track because I had built a windmill. So how that does development, I'm not sure, but it's knowledge, right? Like you're learning how to turn grain into flour and you're making bread and you're keeping people fed so that their brains work better. There we go. That's how the windmills help develop the society around which you are a part. So that arrow indicates another type of action that you could do instead. So it's not in addition, those ones are instead. Some of these cards, though, have an equal sign. And so these mean that anytime you pull that particular type of worker, you also get that thing in addition to doing one of the two actions that are on the player sheet. So those are not a third type of action. They're just another additional, like, hey, you get to move one along the development track, or you get a coin or something like that. So you're going to do one of those three things with your worker, take any bonuses you get, and then it is Joan's turn. And Joan has a card that's going to come out for each of her turns, and there's going to be an arrow on the back of the face down pile that indicates the priority order that she's going to pursue different types of workers. So in her first turn, she's going to pursue from the top. So first, she's going to try to take a farmer, the one of the white tokens. There are two, so we know she's definitely going to be able to take one of those. So this would be the first thing that she would do. If there were no farmers, though, she would go to the scholar. If there were no scholars, down the line. Some of the backs have her start from the top and go down. Some of them have the bottom and go up. So it's all kind of random. And then she also has what she will do if she gets a monk. So if she gets a monk, she's going to do a scholar action, or I'm sorry, a craftsperson action, because this card indicates that. And she would build one of these towns, taking it away from me potentially. Which one would she build? Because this has a question mark. She would build the one on the number card that's face up. So they got a nice little neat system that works to make sure that things are happening and potentially things that you wanted to do are getting taken. And yeah, it seems like it's going to work out pretty cool. So in the first round, we're going to go through these 5. As first player, I will get 3 turns in this round, and Joan will get 2. But then in the next pull of 5, Joan will be first player. She will get 3. I will get 2. And back and forth until all 25 are taken out of the bag. Then we will reload everything into the bag. We'll go into age number 2, which will be the second and last age of this particular game. And we'll reshuffle Joan's deck, and we'll do it all again. And we'll see how we do. So ways that you score points. Having monks left over. So don't, if you can avoid it, don't use all your monk conversions. There are some points in bonuses along the different types of goods tracks in the, I don't know if it's like the bank where you get all your money. There's a couple of particular ways that you can get some points. There's a depot. So some places will have this symbol, which is like 3 shields. That tells you, hey, circle the next one of the depot track. And so those will be points. Another way you get depots is if you fill up an entire type of good and then you are given that good again through some other means. Like if I got all 5 wheats, if I got another wheat somehow, I would circle one down in the depot instead because there's no place to mark. Same with coins. If I happen to fill up the bank entirely and I was to get a coin again, I would get to go circle another spot on the depot track. So that's another way you get points. Also, down on the development track, there are these starbursts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At the end of the game, you're going to multiply the sum of however many towns you built, plus however many citizens you gained, and there are a few different bonuses that will give citizens, and you're going to multiply that sum against whichever starburst you got to. So let's say I built 2 towns and I got 2 citizens for a sum total of 4, and I got out to the 3 on the development track, I would do 4 times 3, and I would get 12 points for this particular area. So let's see, we got that covered, we got the goods, we got the coins, monks, whichever ones you did not use, your depot track, and that's it. That's how you're going to score points. Joan has her own section here. This is the back side of the player sheet. This is the facing Joan section. There is the other side, which is where you would face human opponents. This side, I guess we would be facing a former human opponent. Here, every time she takes a particular type of worker, she's going to move 1 on those tracks as well as do the action associated with it on the card. She also has a depot where she can score points. She has towns that she would build and citizens that she can gain. And then she does not have her own development track, but there will be things that will give her starbursts. And so we will cross out one of those for each time she gets one of those starbursts. And so it'll be the sum of this times that to get her points as well. So very somewhat similar ways in which she will score points. She will potentially take these locations from us. There is ways in which that will happen. And let's see, is there much else? One other rule, how do you get locations? Again, the tradesperson allows you to do it. You have to pay the cost associated. You have to take a tradesperson. You have to pay the cost associated. However, you can only take from columns that have been unlocked. There are Roman numerals at the top of each of these cards. And so this is the Roman numeral 1 column, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Currently, I can only take from the Roman numeral 1 column. But once I take 1 from here, now I can take from 2 or 1. And then once I take from 2, now I can take from 3, 2, or 1, and etc. So each subsequent column gets unlocked when the one before it has one of those locations taken. All right, let's get going, and we'll see how this all goes. Yeah, so I'm excited. Haven't played this one yet. So looking at what we've got, and looking at what I know what Joan's going to do, Joan is going to take one of these farmers. So if I want to get in on the farmer game, I have to take one now because, well, I guess that's not true. She will only take 1. So there would still be 1 available for me. But I probably want to take it in my first 2 turns if I plan on taking that. If I take a farmer, I get to take a good of my choice. And I always have to start from the left and move to the right, both in the goods area and the bank area. But it does not matter which row I start on, so I can choose any of them. What do I want to do? There is a farmer ability out here too, where you'd get a coin and a good instead, so it kind of upgrades that. So maybe I want to get this tradesperson. I start with 1 coin, so I can get one of these, and I can try and strengthen actions quickly. That seems like a good thing. So I'm going to take the tradesperson. So my choices are, I can go up here, and I can do, where is the tradesperson? There is 1 in banner number 2. If I did that, I would get to go down a road. I have to start here at Orleans, but then after that, I can start from any town that I have made it to. So currently I could do, I could go down here. So if I did this beneficial good, or deed, I could come this way, which gives me 2 different things. It gives me a wheat and a movement on the development, so I'd kind of be underway over there. But I want to build something. So I am going to use it for its basic ability, which is either take a coin, / or build a location. So I am going to do the / build a location. And what do I want to make stronger? Knowing that I've got a shot at a farmer. Oh, but a scholar. So I could really go cranking up the development track, or I could try to do the goods. Stable or library? Stable or library? So there are no boat people or knights. So there's no boat people here. There's nothing to help with the knight. So there's nothing that would be of immediate return. So I probably want to do one of these two. Um, So there's some nice bonuses if I can make my way up here. And one of them is a get there first. That's a citizen. That'd be nice to make sure that Joan doesn't take that from me. So, okay, I'm going to do the library. And let's see, where can we... I don't know that we can put these in a place where you'll be able to see them very well. I'll try to put it up here. So this is for me. This is telling me that if I take a scholar action, I get to do 2 books. It costs 1 coin though, so my 1 coin that I've got, I no longer got. I spent it. But that is my turn. That's it. In the early stages, not a lot's going to happen, but this is one of those ones that's going to start building up. So, if I can go looking at the next one, there's another scholar. So maybe on another turn, I might try to get that scholar and really make that scholar action very strong. We'll see. Okay, so for Joan's first turn, she's going to come from the top and move down. So she wants to take a farmer. So she is going to take one of these farmers. She's going to fill in one of her farmer bubbles. And then she is going to do the action listed there. So next to the farmer is the depot symbol. So she's going to circle her first depot. So she is on the board with a point. She is killing me. I have no points. Okay, so that's her first action. Now back to me. I took the scholar, so I'm going to come in and grab this. And with my scholar, I get to either do a development action, so I go 1, or I do a development action with this card that I got, which, there was a reason I grabbed that one. So I would get 2. Or I've got a couple of scholar spots up here in the beneficial goods areas. One of them gives me a coin and a book. And I don't have any coins. Oh, but down here on the development track, the second spot, which I would get with that, is a coin. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to use this card. We bought it. Let's use it. So we're going to the library. This gives us 2 movement down the development track. So we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to get this coin. So remember, with coins, have to start from the left and go to the right, but I can go in any row. When I complete a row of having gained coins, I get a bonus. Or if I complete a column of having gained and used coins, I get a bonus. And there is a first person there bonus for the columns of used coins. So maybe quickly I want to try to come in here and grab that. So I'm going to circle this coin here. So I used that. So I now have a coin to spend, which is great. So if I can get another location build action, then I can come grab, hopefully, that archives to go with my library, build in knowledge. And I did this one because if for some reason Joan comes and takes this out from under me, I'm working towards another bonus that hopefully she doesn't take. We'll see. We'll see how many times she comes in and takes my bonuses. Okay, so I did my action, which was to get 2 books, which gave me a coin. I also have my first star marked. So now if I can get some towns and some citizens, then I will start working on that part of my score. All right, so for Joan's next turn, she is going to work from the bottom up. So she's going to look at this and come in and say, what do I want to take? Well, she first wants to try to get a boats person. We don't have any. Next, she's going to try to get a farmer. We have one. So she has taken all of the farmers. So for her farmer, she gets another mark on the farmer bubble track. And then she gets the symbol next to it. So that is going to be another depot movement. So she has 2 points now. And I have none. But I'm working on points. So we'll see. Okay, so that's the end of her second turn. Now I get the last turn for this particular round of our first age. It is a knight. So with the knight, I can come here and do a road action. So I can start in Orleans and move along a road. Or I can come up here. There is one action here. It is a beneficial deed that will give me a coin and a good of my choice. Ooh. Well, I was moving down this because I don't want Joan to take away this first bonus of first person there. So I think I'm gonna use the knight to come down this way. I'm gonna go from 0 down to 8 on this road. So that gives me a wheat. Cool. And then that gives me a mark on the development track, one of the books. So I'm just one away from getting this. Now, I could have turned this into a monk and then done my library action and gotten 2 books. But that cost me a point, and it's early on, so I don't know that I necessarily want to use those, just the 3 times that you get to do that yet. Okay, so that was my action. I finished it up. I did the basic action, and that is the end of the first round. So now we're going to draw 5 more tokens, and Joan will kick us off. So she will get 3 turns this round. All right. Hey, we got a couple scholars. Nice. We have no tradespeople currently. So currently, I can't build this. But knowing that there are 2 of these out there, I am definitely going to be able to get at least 1. So as long as she doesn't take this on this next turn, hopefully I didn't just jinx that, then I should be able to grab that citizen. All right, so Joan's first turn for this round. So she's going to start from the bottom and work her way up. So she is going to want to take a knight. There are no knights. She's going to want to take a boat person. There is a boat person. So she's going to take that. She is going to mark 1 on the boat person bubble, which gets her a point for the end of the game. For the farmer, she has to get all the way out to the 4th one, and then she gets 5 points. But for the boat people, the first few are worth a point each. So she's racking up points. I gotta start scoring some points here. Okay, then she gets the boat person bonus, which is a monk action. Now, for her, monk actions are listed on the card next to her, the face down card. So for her, a monk action this turn is going to be a farmer action and a movement on the depot track. So she is going to do 1 more on the farmer bubble action. And then I got to see if that means that she gets this. Okay, if you play, Joan is allowed to perform a monk action. Check the top card. She either A, builds a trading station, no, or B, marks 1 space on a specific track and circles 1 shield in the depot. Okay, so she doesn't get whatever the farmer bonus was. She gets to just mark 1 on the farmer track, and she gets 1 circled on the depot. Okay, that's good because that would have been a lot. The farmer action was going to say, hey, starting from the left, cross out 1 of the beneficial deed banners. So the first one would be gone. So I don't know. These might get knocked out pretty easy. I don't know. I did see somebody online talk about like they never go for the ones on the ends because Joan can knock them out so easily. So maybe that's something that I need to think about and pay attention to. All right, so the boat person is done. She got her monk, she got her farmer, she got her depot. Now, I am left with all of these options. Okay, so here's things that I can think about doing. There is a farmer. So I know, like, if I don't take one of these now, there will still be one left over for me. So if I want a craftsperson or a farmer, I should think about taking it now. So the craftsperson would allow me to build a town. It would take my coin to do it, or they would give me a coin, or I could come in here and I could start doing some of this. Ooh, you know what? I could take that craftsperson. I could mark it here. It gives me a coin and a move on the development track, which gets me that citizen. And then I could wait to do the scholar and get some more movement on the citizen track or the development track. So I kind of feel like I'm looking at this to try to really go crazy, which means I want to do this, get towns, get citizens. So let's go get this citizen. So we're going to take the craftsperson, and that gives us a coin, or a coin and build a town as the normal action, or I could come over here to the beneficial deed. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to mark this one off, which is a craftsperson. And I take the bonus listed at the bottom of that banner. So that's a coin and a development track movement. All right, and we got to the A, the first citizen on the development track. I circle it. Joan cannot take that away from me. So even if that particular bonus comes out and she was going to trigger it, she can't take it. So she would just get nothing that turn. So, aha. Okay, and now, because I've marked that first one on the third banner, I might want to think about doing a farmer and or a scholar to finish this off, because if I do, I get a free monk action myself. Okay, so that was my turn. Now we go back to Joan. For Joan's second turn this round, she's going to come from the top. So first, she wants a tradesperson. There are none. Next, she wants a craftsperson. So she would have taken that had it still been there. So I'm glad I took it. And so that's not there. So she's going to come take a scholar. So she takes the scholar. She comes here and marks the first spot on the scholar bubble track, which gives her one of the sunbursts. Okay, and then her bonus is another sunburst. So she has 6 spots here to circle. She just got 2 of them. So she wants to get some towns and some citizens as well, because she's already got 2 on that track. I'm 1 away from being at 2, so that's cool. Okay, so she took a scholar. Now it's my turn. I've got a farmer left or a scholar. Scholar's my strong action. And it's helping me score some coins, so maybe I keep doing that. So I'm going to take the scholar. And I'm going to use my... Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to use this action, which gets me 2. But do I come over here because I really wanted to finish this banner off? So instead of getting 2 developments, I could come over here, fill in a second spot on this beneficial deeds banner, and get a coin and a development, which is great. And then I would just be 1 farmer away from finishing off this whole. The only thing to remember is there are specific quantities of each of these. So this is the 3rd farmer that's come off. There's a 4th one over there, and they tell you how many of each. There are only 4 farmers in the game. So actually, I don't know that I want to do that, because that farmer is not coming out in this entire age. We've pulled all of the farmers out of the bag. So I think I'm just going to do the scholar as a regular scholar action and not do it up here, because trying to get this done seems tough. So because all those farmers came out early, that's the way it goes. Farmers rise early, get their work done, and then they head off to the pub. probably go eat a bunch of food and go to sleep because they have very hard jobs. Okay, so I'm going to do the scholar action that I have here at the library, which is 2 development track. 1, 2. That gets me another coin, which I will mark. So I was talking about getting citizens, so I'm going to mark it here on this bottom row, and I want to make sure I use these so that I can get some free actions. But I also, oh, there's a farmer right there. Okay, maybe there's still a shot at this. We'll see. I might try to fill out this entire row because there's a citizen out here. And if I can get this citizen, that's another one to add towards my development bonus monies points. All right, so that is that. Next turn for Joan. Well, we know that she's only got a farmer, so we're not going to worry about the arrow. We're just going to go straight there. So for the farmer, she gets a mark on the farmer track, which gives her 5 points for that. Then she is going to take the citizen that is at C. So C is here in the goods area. The goods. So this is a bank, right? Money goes here. Goods, maybe goods in the barn. We'll just say that these are in the barn. They're in our storehouses. Storehouses. Yes, that's what they are. So the goods will be in the storehouses. She's going to come knock out this one. So this citizen is gone. For me, she gets a citizen. So I'm going to circle that on her rewards area over here, her points. And now she has 1 at least to multiply against her 2 stars. So she's scoring points like every turn. I gotta start finding some points here. So she did her actions, and that is that. All right. So we're going into the 3rd round of this age. And so for my turn, I go first this time, so I get 3. There's only 1 scholar. Do I want to worry? Oh, but I want to build. Yes, here we go. So I'm going to take a tradesperson. I hope that scholar is still there for me. With my tradesperson action, I'm going to come here and I'm going to build the location, and I have a coin. So I am going to come build these archives. Now, with my scholar, I get a free book every time I take a scholar. So whether I do this action, make it a beneficial deed, or this action down here, I definitely get 1 book. And you take it immediately once you take the token before you carry out anything else. Then I can still get 2 books or, something over there. So cool. I am good with that. So building my scholarly self up. Let's see what Joan wants. Don't take my scholar. All right, so she's coming from the bottom, and what's at the bottom? It's the scholar, Joan. All right, so she's coming on her scholarly track. So I gave her this. I'm going to cross that out. And she gets another citizen here. So that is done. So I gave her that one. She got her citizen. All right. Darn you, Joan. So I could take a boat person. Now a boat person allows me to get some goods going because I could go down rivers. Or I could take a knight. I could take another I could take another tradesperson. I have 2 coins, and now the level 3s are unlocked. So I could come in and I could get one of these level 3 peoples. Because I've got 2 coins, and that would get me a free farmer action, and it would get me the bonus here. So maybe let's do that. Okay, so we're going to take the tradesperson. I've got 2 coins to spend. They're burning holes in my pocket. We got a raid coming in from Elevation Games. Hey, Elevation Games folks, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. My name is David. I go by Gus or Not here on the CCG channel. My lovely wife is off away at PAX West, getting everything ready for the Game Changers dinner that they're going to be running tomorrow night for women and women identifying folks in the gaming industry. So I'm flying solo, and I decided to take a swing at Joan of Arc, Orleans Drawn Right. Haven't played this one before, but I'm enjoying it so far. Just really getting started. Hope your night has gone well, and whatever you were doing over on your channel was great. Thanks for popping in and being part of the evening here. So great to see you, and enjoy your evening, whatever it may hold, your day, your afternoon, wherever you are. I know Jess has a good friend in Hawaii, so out there it's still afternoon. So yes, we can say that if you're an afternooner. So I just took a tradesperson action. So with this token, I get to do a build of a location, which is going to strengthen up my abilities to carry out stuff. So what do I have available here? I have, as a farmer action, I could get a cheese and a good of my choice. So that would mean I could rocket out the cheese track pretty well, which isn't bad. With the craftsperson, which craftspeople want to build towns, and remember that's something I want to do. With the craftsperson, I would get a coin or a development track movement every time I took one of those. So not only would I get to do their normal action, but I would also get one of those two things, which is cool because the craftsperson action costs a coin to do it, to build a town. So I would get that coin right away. So if I didn't have a coin, I could still do that because I know I would get the coin first. So that's pretty cool because I'm trying to rocket out this development track and get those starbursts, which require towns to be built and citizens to be gained so that I can make that multiplication of points as good as possible. So I think that's what's calling out to me. Although the farmer, or I'm sorry, the boat person or the knight are also good because they help me move around this map. And so I can only build towns at places that I have connected on roads. So the more I can move around, the more places that I will be able to go to, and the more towns that I will have available to build. Oof. But I got a couple that, you know what, I really do want this because I think this feels cool. And it's just keeping this road trucking. So I'm going along this row number 2. So I'm building the joinery. And so now my craftsperson is going to be a little bit stronger. So that's cool. And that cost me 2 coins. Both the coins that I have. Now, because I finished an entire column of coins, I get the bonus at the bottom, which is a free farmer action. Now, with the farmer, I could come up here and I can get a good of my choice. Or I could come over here and remember too, like a couple minutes ago, I was talking about how, oh, I can't finish this banner because all the farmers have already come out. And, well, guess what, folks? There was a way, and I didn't even think about it. I could have made it happen. So let's see how many scholars have come out. 3, 4 scholars have come out. There are 5. So there is another scholar to come. And that's the 3rd spot up there. So let's go ahead and let's put the farmer there because I'm not really worrying too much about my storehouses that much. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do it in the beneficial deeds area because I'm going to hope that I can finish this off, get that last scholar. Okay, so by putting the farmer up here, I get a coin. And I'm going to keep, yes, I'm going to keep trucking on this row because if I can get 2 more coins, then I get that citizen, which I want for my star points. And I get a mark on the development track, which puts me out there. Excellent. And that gives me 2 of the 3 I need to finish off this beneficial deeds banner. So we'll see if we can capture that. Okay, so that was my second action. Now Joan is going to do her second action. And so she's coming from the top. So the first thing is a knight. So she's going to take the knight. The knight first we mark on the knight tracks. the knight's bubble. Then we give her the monk action. So her monk action for this turn is a boat person. So she goes one more out on the boat track and a circle on the depot track. So that's what that symbol is. So she's moving out her tracks. Okay, so that's the end of her turn. I get the last one, which is a boats person. For the boat person, I can either take a coin or I can move along one of the river routes. Now, it seems like moving is going to be good because I do want to try to build some towns, and so visiting some places is helpful. So from where I am, I could get a cheese along this river. I could come here and I could get a silk along that river. I could come this way and get a wine. So if I come down here to this one for the wine, I could come up. I'd have a road and then another river in the future that would give me 2 things on each one. So let's do that. We're going to come down here. We're going to get some wine, people. This is France. We're going through the Burgundy region, getting some wine. All right, so we did the boat person action, took a trip down this river, Seine, right? That's the river in France that made the Olympians sick. That's what I heard. It's rumors. I don't know. And we got the wine. Good deal. So that is the end of that round. We've got 2 more rounds in this age, and then we will go to the second age, and then we will be done. Oh, look at all these crafts people. Yes, because I got a stronger crafts person that I can build some towns. That is excellent. So speaking of France, I don't know if any of you got to watch the Olympics. It was really, really cool to see. Really enjoyed watching. I watched a lot of the cycling. I love cycling. So I was watching BMX. I watched some of the road races and mountain bike races. Jess really enjoys watching the gymnastics and the diving. So that was fun to watch those too. But then last night we were out and we saw the opening ceremonies for the Paralympics starting. And that was awesome to see. So the world getting together again to celebrate those who are overcoming some struggles in order to be amazing athletes in these sports. So that is just really cool to see. The Olympics is not done. There's a whole new set to go. So yeah, if you have access to watch those, definitely check it out. It was cool to see all those Olympians being celebrated and knowing that there's more games to come, more medals. Let's do this, Team America. All right, so in this round, Joan will be going first. Yes, because I went last, so that means it's Joan to go first in this round. So for her turn, flip this over. She's going to come from the bottom. She wants a boats person. There isn't any. She wants a farmer. There isn't any. So she wants a knight. So she's going to take that knight. She gets 1 movement on the knight bubble track, and then she gets 2 depot circles. And now she's into the 2-point sections on the depot, which, wow, okay. Trucking along. All right, well, I've got a shot at getting 2 of these, which could then get me this column finished off or this citizen track done. Man, that's going to be tough because, I didn't give myself this bonus. So at the bottom of this column, when I finished it off, so I did give myself this. I gave myself the farmer action. But at the bottom, there is a first person to get it bonus, and it's a depot track. So Joan did not take this one from me. I got it. So I got to circle my first depot track. Okay. So knowing that I've got a shot at 2 of these, I could come up here and know that I'm going to finish this column. Or I could come here and I could finish this row and make sure that I get that citizen. I want that. So if Joan happens to take this bonus away from me, it's a depot movement. I'm not going hard after those. I'm going after the citizens and the towns. So we're going to do that. I'm going to take a craftsperson. When I take the craftsperson, I immediately get a coin or a movement on the development track. I have 1 coin, so I could technically build my town without any worries. So I could take a development track movement. It's not bad. Um, or I could get a coin to get me closer to this, which is what I want. I want to get as close to this as I can. So I am going to come here and I'm going to take the next coin towards this citizen. So that was that. Now I get to do the regular action. And I could either come up here. There is a farmer over here, or a craftsperson over here, which will give me a coin and a good, but I don't want that. I want to build a town because that helps me as well as citizens. So we're going to build our town. We're going to cross off a coin. I have to circle or visit one of the towns that I have been to. So currently I have been to Orleans, which is 0. Or maybe that's an O. I'm going to guess that's a 0 since these are all numbers. Or I've been to 8 and 14. Now, the reason to pick one of these is that Joan can also knock them out when she takes her turn. So there could be particular places that she's going to go scratch off the number. She can't take 0 away. Everybody can do 0. So I don't want to do 0. I want to do 8 or 14 to make sure that she can't take that away from me. So let's go. This is where you got to do card counting, because if the 8 or the 14 has come off in there, then I'd have a better shot at, choosing the other. So I'm going to go 14. So I have built that town, and now I have continued to work up my star points for the end of the game. So that's that craftsperson done. Now it's Joan's turn. Okay, so Joan is going to come up from the bottom this time. So she wants a farmer. There are none. She wants a craftsperson. So she's going to take one of those. And with her craftsperson, she knocks off town number 2, which is out here. So that takes it away from me, and it builds one for her. So she has this grid of towns that she's building, as well as citizens. She's already got 3 going there. But what's great is she knocked out town number 2, and I'm nowhere near that. Audio is super low. Oh, thanks, Deadpan. Although, I don't know how to do anything about that. Can I turn this up? I'll max that. Did that get any better? I'm looking at the mic. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Oh, Deadpan, you know what? I totally forgot one of my instruction steps that Jess gave me, and I did not turn the gain on the microphone up. Oh, I've been talking for like an hour. Oh, well, maybe, I don't know if Jess can work any magic. Probably not, but oh well. Live and learn. I'm still a rookie at this, so thank you for letting me know. I very much appreciate that, because I could have kept going this entire time without getting that set. So thank you, Deadpan. Appreciate it. Hope your night is going great. You just made my night a little bit better just by being here, but also by helping me. I appreciate that. So cheers to you. This is tonight is an Arnold Palmer. I like a little more Arnold in mine. Jess likes a little more Palmer, but I went with what we had left, so the mix isn't too bad. Deadpan, tonight I'm playing Joan of Arc, the Orleans drawn right, and it's fun. I'm hoping to get some really big chains going, because there's the ability to get some bonuses that give you some more action, so I'm working towards those. But I am battling Joan. It's me versus Joan of Arc for notoriety as the greatest fighter in France. Hopefully, we're all trying to do good things for the people. That's my gist. We will see who ends up tied to that stake over the fire. She died, right? Didn't she get burned at the stake? I don't know. So Um, but thank you again for letting me know that. I hope your night is going great. I hope your week has been good and almost done. And so we did Joan's turn. So I think it's my second turn, and then she gets one more. Yeah. Okay, so we finished off Joan's turn. She took the craftsperson, and built a town. Now I'm going to come take this last craftsperson, and that immediately gives me a coin or a movement down the development track. So I'm going to take that last coin that I needed to finish this row and get this citizen. Yes. So that has come together nicely. So I now have a citizen here, and I thought I had a couple. Oh, I have a citizen down here. So I have 2 citizens at least. I have a town. Okay. Making some movements here. Excellent. With my craftsperson, I get to build another town. So I am going to scratch off one of these coins so that I can build a town. I'm going to build number 8. So I have built 8 and 14. I still have 0 available to build, but I do need to start visiting some more places so that I have more towns that I can build. Oh, we got Panda, Jess, and Lindsay in. Nice. David, did you change the title of the stream? Panda, I don't know how to do that. So I have no idea what it is that it says. I have no idea how to change it. I just got the volume set thanks to Deadpan letting me know that the volume was low because I forgot a step. So all of the rookie stuff is going down tonight. But I'm having fun, so it is what it is. And it's successful is what it is. Hope y'all's night is going great. Hope everything that you had to do today was set, and that you're feeling good about the event. Yeah, if there were some fun things today, let us know. I'm really, really intrigued. But yes, hoping the best for tomorrow night and the Game Changers dinner. Rose Gauntlet Foundation doing awesome work. So yeah, hope you all do just really, really good. Get some good rest tonight. Check your texts from Jess. Okay. On OBS in the top right, you can change it and click done. I saw a title. Where's done? Oh. I saw the title, and I did that last time I did one of these. I didn't know there was a done button that you had to hit. Sweet. Okay, well, there we go. I hit done. But I definitely don't check my texts during the stream, so I did not know that. Thanks for jumping in. It's all set now. We got it, everything. Hope you all had a lovely dinner. And all right, Joan's about to take her third and last turn for this round. Let's see what she's gonna do. So the arrow doesn't matter. There is only a tradesperson left for her to take, so she is gonna come do this. So what this means is that she is going to take one of the locations from the level 1 cards. And how you do that for the solo mode is you take all the cards that are left, mix them up, and randomly take one out. The others go back. So thankfully, we already kind of had some cards built up, so I don't know that that's a big loss. So nice try, Joan. But in addition to taking one of those, she also gets 2 circles on the depot track. So she's cranking out through the 2s. All right. So that is her third and last turn. And this should be the last 5 for the round. And now this time, I get 3 turns, and Joan just gets 2. Okay, so I get first choice from those. Ooh, do I want that scholar? Because the scholar will get me 3 development track. Or, oh, I could take it up here and finish this off. I'm going to do that because even if I put it up here, I still get 1 book for free, 1 movement on the development. So I'm going to take the scholar. It is the last one. I don't want Joan to take it from me. So first I get a free movement on the development track. Done. Next, I get to either take the normal action, 1 development track movement. I can take my special location action, which would be 2 development track movements, which would get me a monk action, or I can put it up here and finish off, gets me a development track and a coin and a monk action because I would be the first one done. So that's what we're doing. We're going to come finish this 3rd banner off. Excellent. That gets us a coin, which we will. So you always have to go left to right. So I have to circle one of these 2. So I'm going to circle that one. And then I get a movement on the. Did I already do my movement on the development track? No, I just did my coin. So I get a movement on the development track, which gets me a monk, which gets me, and I get another monk. So I get 2 monk actions. Woo! Now, monk actions for the human player. They basically act like any of the 6 types. However, I can't trigger these location abilities with a monk. You actually have to have that particular token that you took. So I couldn't say, oh, my monk is going to be a scholar and get all of this again. Doesn't work like that. Also up here in the beneficial banner, I can't fill in any of these except the ones that are specifically monks. So I can't say, oh, this monk is a knight, and it goes there. But I can get any of the basic actions. So I need to get moving because I need some more towns built. So I could make them a knight and come up here. That gives me another town connection. It would get me a cheese and a wheat, or I could come down this way and get a silk. Silk is the hardest. I don't have that yet. If I got a cheese and a wheat, well, that gets me more things. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to use that monk as a knight, and we're going to go cranking up this road. We're going to get some fromage and some croissants. So I'll mark the first on the cheese track and the second on the wheat track. And now I have another town that I could potentially visit and build. Okay, so I did that monk action. Now I have another monk action, which, should I make that a river? Because I need silk and I need thread. So I could come, oh, I can't get either of those. I could come this way. I could keep cranking down the wheat, which would, potentially get me a full row. What do we have out here? I don't have, oh, I have a craftsperson. I have a tradesperson. I've got 2 coins. Choices. This gets me 2 coins if I finish this off. So why don't we're going to go sailing. And we're going to come this way off of Orleans because we have a town there we visited. And we're going to get a silk. And now we're just 1 string away from getting those 2 coins. All right, that felt great. And so that was that monk. So many monks. All right, now if we were playing a game with human players, this banner is complete, so everybody else would not be able to do the 3rd banner because I finished it. They would all cross that out. But Joan doesn't care what I do. All right, so for her turn, she's going to come from the top. So she first wants a knight. There are no knights. So she is going to take a boat person. The boat person action says from the right, cross out the first banner that is not done. And so she's going to cross out number 4. So I cannot do that banner at all. She also gets 1 movement on the boat person bubble track. So there we go. Okay. For my second turn, so if I do a crafts person, I could build a town. That would be good. And that would give me a coin. So I could get this column complete. Or I would still need to do some work. Or I could build another building. So the level 4s are all open to me. Man, I could really go crazy. Well, that doesn't seem necessary. But that farmer is cool. So with the farmer, oh, look at this. No, the falconry. Every tradesperson would get me a coin, a mark down the development track, and a good of my choice. That's like everything. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take the tradesperson. And I'm going to cross out 2 coins to get the falconry. So now my tradesperson has some awesome abilities. So I have a strong scholar, craftsperson, and tradesperson. I like it. Okay, and I don't get anything else special. Nope. Okay, that's it. And now Joan, for her last turn of this round, coming from the top, she's going to take that other boat person. She's also going to cross out one of the bonuses on the E track. E is the banks. So she's going to start from the left and cross out whichever one comes next. So she is crossing out that second one. So I can still get the regular bonus, which is the 2 marks on the development track. That's still available to everybody always. But the first come, first serve one of a movement on the depot is taken. So darn you, Joan. Because I was so close to getting that. I just needed 1 more coin. But I did go hard after this one because I wanted to prevent her from taking out. So that was on purpose. That's fine. And that's it for her. So I get my last action, which is a tradesperson, which gives me a coin or a book. Let's go get this coin because let's use the tradesperson to build a town. That's their normal action, which costs a coin, which means I get the completed column of received coins and spent coins, 2 movements on the development track. So first, let's go finish off the tradesperson action. So I got a coin from my location ability. Now I'm going to do the action. I'm going to spend that coin, and I'm going to build town number 15. Then I am going to mark the 2 development tracks that I just got here and here. And that puts me at the 3rd star now. So that's excellent. So I get 3 points for every citizen or town that I have built. And I've already got 3 towns and 2 citizens. So coming for you, Joan. And I took that. So that's done. Okay, and that's the last turn of the round. So all of the tokens go back in the bag. And we are halfway done. This game takes a little longer than I thought. It's cool. The choices are really great. So to set up each of the eras, oh, okay, and there's a round tracker right here. There will always be a number of bags equal to the number of players. So you always play rounds equal to player count. So in the solo mode, technically Joan counts as another player, so it is 2. So the first of 2 is done. So we will pull out 2 from the bag, and these are out of the game. So a farmer and a scholar. Oh, scholars are good for me. That sinks. So these are out. And then we'll draw 5. Ooh, a lot of trades. A lot of trades, people. Hey, I've got strength there. That's cool. And then we will shuffle up Joan's action cards, including the 2 that did not get used. And we will start the next round. So I was first player in the first age, and then I was first player in that last round of the first age. So Joan will kick us off. So she is going to get to be first player. All right. Oh, and one other thing I didn't mention, but there is a bonus for the person who builds the most towns. So currently I have 3 built and Joan has 1. Whoever does it at the end of the game gets another citizen. So that's what I'm trying for. I'm trying for citizens and towns and to crank up this development track. So I want to stay ahead of Joan on the building of those towns. So currently it's 3-1. So I'm in good shape there. Just got to make sure I keep an eye on that. All right. So Joan's first turn this round. So she's going to start from the bottom, which means she wants a knight. So she's going to take this knight. That marks on the knight track. And then the bonus is a citizen. So she gets her 3rd citizen. So she's doing a little better than me on citizens, but I'm doing better on towns. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So I definitely am going to get a tradesperson this round, no matter what. Do I want a boat? A boat could get me a development track movement and a grain. It could get me a cheese. I wish it could get me a thread, but it doesn't. I mean, it'd be nice to be heading out this way. And I've already got 2 on the grain. I mean, I could try to keep the grain moving. Tricky choices. Sure. Let's go out this way. That puts me into some of these towns. So we're going to sail out this way. So I'm going to take that fisher person. So that sails this way and gets me a grain. Okay. Joan is going to take one of... Oh, let's make sure we flip her card. She's going to take the tradesperson, which means she's going to come to level 4 locations here. If forever her card said to do this with a set of cards or a column of cards that hasn't been unlocked yet, then she would not be able to do that particular action. She has to be able to do it in order for it to happen. But because I've already gotten all the way out to the level 4 cards, she does get to do this. So she's going to take out one of those. The rest are going to come back in. And then she gets 1 on her depot track. That is her turn. I also am going to take a tradesperson. My tradesperson action is I can do the boring old one, which is a coin or build a location. Or I'm going to do the much cooler one of get a coin, get a development track, and get a good of my choice. So we're going to get a coin. Take that one up there. Maybe try to work towards this monk action. I'm going to get a development track movement. That is great. And then I'm going to get a good of my choice. I am going to take the string here, which gives me the bonus at the bottom, which is 2 coins, which I'm going to do here on this top row, because that completes this row and gives me this monk action. With that monk action, what do we want to do? We could keep trying to crank out the grain, because I could easily get 1 more grain out here. Or I could build a town. Towns are good. That's kind of what I was trying for. So why don't we do that? Okay, so we're going to make the monk a craftsperson so that they will build a town. So that costs a coin. And then I have towns 7 and 11 and 0 available to me. So we're going to do 11. We're going to build number 11 here. So that's my 4th town. So that's awesome. And now I have 2 of the 3 coins here built or received and used. So I need to get this one received and used, and then I get some more bonuses. I like bonuses. All right, Joan's last turn for this round. It will again be the tradesperson. So that's this top row here this time. That is level 5 cards. Now, level 4 has been unlocked, which means, or has been used, or purchased, or built, which means the level 5s are unlocked. As long as the row or the column previous to it has been accessed, has had something built from it, then the next one is unlocked. So Joan can do this. So she's going to take all of these level 5 locations and she's going to build one. She had built the goldsmith. All right, so all the rest of the level 5s are back for me, hopefully. And then she gets 2 more on the depot track. Wow, I'm gonna have a lot of summing to do because she is cranking down that track. Okay, that is the end of the first round. So that was Joan going first. Now it's going to be me going first. So I get to do 3 actions. Wow, all those tradespeople coming out early. And a couple knights. The knights who say knee. Okay, so I am first. What do I want to do? Well, with how many tradespeople have gone through, but scholars can really get me cranking, and I want to get out to this 4. So maybe I grab that scholar, because although that's the first scholar that's come out. We got time. And maybe Joan won't take it. Maybe it'll still be there for me. Craftsperson gets me a coin. Tradesperson gets me a coin. I have plenty of coins to be able to build something, so maybe I do that. Okay, cool. We're going to take the tradesperson. So that gets me a coin. Oh, wait. Nope. Let's do it this way. Okay, I've got it. We're going to do the craftsperson. The craftsperson. So the tradesperson does get me these things. It gets me a coin, it gets me a development track, and it gets me a good of my choice, which is great, but I want to build one of these cards. So that would not allow me to build one of the locations. That's the standard action with the tradesperson. This card replaces that. So I don't want to do that. I want to do the craftsperson because this card is in addition to the standard action. I get this. That's the difference between this equal sign and the arrow. The arrow is the action. The equal sign is in addition to whatever action you do. So I get a coin or a development track movement. I'm going to take that coin and I'm going to put it on this 3rd column because now I'm going to do the standard action with the craftsperson. I'm going to build a town. That allows me to cross off that coin, which is going to get me this monk action for completing that column of coins. And I'm first to this first depot movement. So I'll just give myself that and cross that out just because that's easy. But first, let me build a town. I've got 2 left. I can build 0 and 7. So we're going to do 7 because Joan could potentially take that away from me. She can't take 0 away. Everybody gets to build 0 if they want. Okay, now with the monk, now I'm going to do the tradesperson action. And I could do that one, or I could do this one. the one where I go build one of these locations. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross off both of these coins here. And I'm going to build this farmer. The farmer here, it's a warehouse. Now, anytime I do the farmer action, I get 2 goods of my choice. So that is pretty cool. One farmer's already come out of the bag from the initial pull of taking 2 out that are removed from the entire game for that round or that era. The rest are still in here. We haven't had any of the others come out. So there's a chance I could get at least 1 or 2 farmers, which would be great. Okay, so that was me taking the crafts person. Let's see what Joan's going to do. Joan's going to start from the bottom. From the bottom, she wants one of those knights. So she's going to move on the knight track. And then she gets 1 on the depot track. Wow. So each of these depots, each circle, the first 5 are worth 1 point each. The next 5 are worth 2 points each. And then the next 3 are worth 3 points each. She does go back down into 1s for a second down here on this second row. So that'll be nice because these 3s are going to really rack up points quick for her. All right, so that's the end of her turn. She got her knight. She got her movement on that track. She got her movement on depot. Now I get to choose from these 3. Okay, so the scholar gets me moving on this track, which I really want to do. Because I want to get out to this 4. I would love to get all the way out to this second citizen out here before Joan potentially takes it. So let's take the scholar. And we are going to do the free development track movement, which gets me a depot. Sweet. Now I'm only 1 away from getting into my 2s, so that would be great. Then I'm going to get 2 more development tracks for the action that I take with the scholar. And that gets me a good of my choice. So I could try to start working on this row and see if I can, or column, and see if I can complete it. That would give me a free monk action. Or I can complete this wheat row, which would be worth 1 point at the end of the game. But then any wheat that I got after that, I would start moving down the depot track. However, wilds cannot be used for a completed row as like, hey, I've completed that row and now I'm going to do depot track. They don't count for that if there's any other spaces available. So I'm kind of feeling like I probably want to crank down since I've got that farmer with wilds and I've got the tradesperson with a wild, I don't know that I'm really going to be able to do much there. So I could use my wilds and crank out silk. That might not be bad because that's worth 5 points at the end of the game. Why don't we do that? Okay, so we're going to do this 1 free wild that I got here as a silk. And we're going to try to finish off the silk row and get those 5 points. Okay, so I did my scholar. I cranked out my development track. Now it is Joan's turn. And Joan is going to come from the top. She again wants a knight. So now on her knight track, she is into the 2s. So she's scoring a lot of points here. She gets a monk action for that. So her monk action is another knight. Oh, it's another 2 points. And another depot circle, which is 3 points. She just got like 7 points in that turn. Not good, Joan. Not good. All right, so I get a tradesperson for my last move. I don't have enough coins to build anything, so I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to do this action here, which is a coin. So I have to do this one. And a development track movement. That's great. And a wild good of my choice. I'm going to keep cranking on those silks. I have decided I'm going to try to get out to that 5. So we'll see if we can't do some movements out here on the roads too to get more of the silks. But if I can get a couple more columns finished off and get some more bonuses, that's cool too. This one, if I get both these columns done, that one's 4 books, 4 movements down the development track. That's awesome. Okay, so that is my finished turn. Okay, so now Joan will be first in this round. Okay, so we got 2 boat people, a farmer, a scholar, a tradesperson. Okay, what you gonna do, Joan? She is starting from the top. She is going to take a boats person. This says cross out the next on the E track. Oh, she takes one away from me again. So she's crossing off this depot bonus. I can still get this bonus, which looks like it's probably built, spend a coin, or maybe that's build a town for free. I'll have to look into what that symbology means. Okay, thanks, Joan. Oh, she got a boat person, so she moves out on her boat person track. What do I want? I could. Well, no, I know what I want. I want. Oh, or do I want the farmer? Farmer is 2 goods of my choice, which would finish off. That would be 5 points. The scholar would be 3 movements down the development track. Oh, that's tricky. Tricky. Man. Let's do the farmer. We got that one for a reason. There's a lot of farmers left. So let's do the farmer. We get 2 goods of our choice. So we're going to finish off this row with those 2, and we're going to make sure that we claim those 5 points. So that's pretty good. Joan got 7 points. I got 5 points. Trying to keep up with her. All right, Joan's next turn. Oh, James Brazil, what's up, sir? Welcome in. Good evening. Hope you are doing great, friend. I am enjoying a lovely game of Orleans. Oh, was it Joan of Arc? Orleans drawn right. Having fun with it, and yeah, having fun being here with y'all. So really glad that you were able to pop in. It's good to see your name, friend, and hope your week has been okay. I heard there's a podcast that I listened to, and one of the things they say on there is that I hope you have had the best week available to you, because not everybody has a good week, right? Like some weeks are just not great. But hopefully you had the best possible one that you could have. And whether that's just kind of meh, or whether that's fantastic, or whether that's just a shade higher than crap. Hopefully that has occurred for you. So whatever the best possible week is for you, I hope that has occurred, friend. All right, so I took my action with the farmers, and I flipped Joan for her next action. So she is coming from the top. Oh, she would have taken that farmer if I had left it for her. So glad I didn't. She's going to take the scholar. Oh, I would have liked to have had that scholar, but that's okay. That's okay. So she gets a movement on the scholar track, which gets her a depot. She's back into the 1s. Yes. Okay, so she got that. Then she gets a monk. The monk gives her a fisher person. Or boat person. I think I've interchanged fisher and boat person, but you know, on the water person. So she got that, and then she gets another depot track movement. Okay, that is the end of her turn. Now for my last turn, I get either a tradesperson or I get a boat person. I think I want a boats person. And I think I want to come out here and get some cheese, because I want to make some more towns available so that I can build them. Okay, so I'm going to come out here and I'm going to sail towards 10, which gives me fromage. And now if I can get a farmer action, then I can get those 2 Wath Wilds, and that'll be great. So I took the boat person, did a little sailing, and got some cheese. All right, so Joan, for her last turn, is going to take the tradesperson action, which for her on this one is, again, the 5 column. She is going to take one of these randomly. She is building a school. She used all that gold she got from her goldsmith to build a school. That's very great. I love that, Joan. But she also gets another depot movement. So she is hauling down that depot track. And that is the end of that round. So we got 2 more rounds, I believe, yes. And I get to go first once, and Joan will get to go first once. All right. Oh, there's a farmer. You know what, Joan? Taking it. So my farmer action is 2 wild goods of my choice. Guess what? Some wine to go with my fromage, and some string to make lovely napkins for our table presentation. So that completes this column, which gives me a monk action. So with my monk, I could go sailing again and get wine and wheat, or I could do, but there's 2 craftspeople. I'm going to be able to get one of those. So I'm not worried about, I'm going to sail. So I'm going to do, or do I want to, I could do the knight. I mean, so I could go down a road, which could be another cheese and a development track. It's not bad. And then I would be close to getting those 4 books. Okay. That sounds, this is a wine and no, we're going to do a knight, and we're going to come up here to 6. So monk action is going to be a knight, traveling up the road to 6, keeping everything safe. That gives me a development action, which gets me out to the 4-star. So that's great. So all of my towns and citizens are worth 4 points each. That's awesome. And then it gets me more fromage. We're really filling up our warehouses now. Waited till the end. Crops are coming in. Must be fall. All right, let's see what Joan's going to do. So Joan is coming from the top. She is taking that boat person. So she gets another mark on that track. And then she gets another depot. So she's into the 2s on her depot. This time the depot gets up into 2s and 3s and 4s much quicker. So there's a lot of points down there for her. All right, I'm definitely going to take, there will be a craftsperson available for me. Do I want that scholar? That gets me a citizen. Folks, that's a good, and then I could even start aiming for that 5 points. Okay, so we're going to take the scholar. The scholar immediately gets me a development. And then for the regular action, I'm going to take the 2 development, which gets me out to this citizen. So now I have 1, 2, 3 citizens and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towns that are all currently worth 4 points each. So good stuff. Okay, Joan is going to take a craftsperson because that's all that's left. The craftspeople are going to take out town number 1. Oh, I'm getting lucky here. She's taking out the towns that I am nowhere near. So that's okay, Joan. You hang out in your area on the west side. I've got the east and southeast, and nary the 2 shall meet. So I get a craftsperson for my last move. That will immediately give me a coin or a development track. I am going to take the coin, because I don't know if I'm going to get coins anywhere else. I am going to take the coin because that gives me 4 points for completing that row. So that's great. Then, if I can complete both of these, if I can spend 2 coins before the end of this game, I will get 7 points there. That is awesome. Okay, so this one, What does that symbology mean? There is a town. It's obviously build a town, but then there's a coin that is broken in half. So does that mean I get to build it for free? The warehouse, the bank. Build one trading station for free. Excellent. Okay, so I can build 10 or 6 or 0. Let's build 10. We're going to go over into her west side properties. Okay, great. So I did my free coin, which gave me those points. Oh, so I'm building a town. That's what cost me a point. Then that gives me this bonus, which allows me to build a town for free. So I paid for one town build. There we go. That's what's happening. And then I get another one for free. So actually I'm doing 10 and 6. But I only had to pay for one of those. Excellent. So one more thing that I spend money on, and I get 7 points for that. Awesome. All right, last round, folks. Joan gets 3 turns. I get 2. And we got 2 craftspeople. We got a farmer, a knight, and a scholar. Joan, what do you want? Joan is coming from the top. She wants a craftsperson. She is crossing out number 12. Okay. Not too bad. I was close to it, but I did not go there, so no skin off my nose. Oh, I want a farmer. Farmer gives me 2 goods of my choice. So I'm doing these 2, which gives me 4 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got to the 5-point star. I mean, 6 is 6 more spots. That's a lot, but man, it feels good to be all the way out to the 5-pointer. That's nice. And I don't think I've got a shot at completing another column, so I may see about trying to complete another row here, but I definitely want to complete this because that gets me 7 points, which is a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. Okay, so that was my farmer giving me 2 wild actions. What is Joan going to do? Joan is coming from the top. She's going to take the scholar. All right, so she comes out on the scholar track, which gives her a monk. Finish off the scholar. That gives her one of these stars, making her citizens and towns a little more point worthy, which is great for her, not great for me. Then her monk action that she got from the scholar track gives her a farmer. Holy crap, which gives her another monk. But the first one gives her a depot. So she gets another monk, which is another farmer, which got her out to the 5-point spot. Ouch. And then another depot. Ooh, that was a lot of points for Joan. Good on you, Joan. Not good for me. Okay, so with what I've got left, I can do a crafts person, which would allow me to build one more town, and I've got one more spot available to build. It would also get me spending a coin. It would get me a coin, which I don't have any space for, so that goes into the depot. So I would get a depot and a coin spent, which would get me the 7 points. And I'd be the first there, which would get me another depot, which would be 2 points. So I get 3 points in the depot. That's pretty good. A knight is not going to do me much at all. So we're definitely not going to take that. We're going to take the craftsperson. That gets me a coin. Since I have no space for it in the bank, I get to circle a spot in the depot. Then I will do the build a town action. So I'm going to use this coin, which is going to get me the 7-point bonus and this depot. First come, first serve. So I got that depot action. Then I'm going to build town 0, which is I built all of the towns that I got to. That feels pretty good. I'm good Joan, bad for David. Yes. That's kind of how this feels. I'm trying to have more points than Joan because I guess loser has to go get burned at the stake. I don't know. But we'll see. She gets one more last turn. What's she gonna do with this knight? She is gonna get another monk action. Her monk action. Oh, so she gets a knight track. She gets a farmer, which was worth nothing. That's great, but she does get 3 points in the depot. Okay, that is it. So now we are going to do some points totaling. All right, so for me, I am looking for the number of towns that I built, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the number of citizens that I got throughout the game. I got 2 down here on the development track. I got 1 here at the bank. So that's 3. I think that's all I got. Okay, so that's not bad. Then here I put the furthest out star points that I got to. So I got to the 5. And then I do some multiplication. So 8 plus 3 times 5. 11 times 5 is 55 points. Okay, doesn't feel too bad. Now, points that I got in the warehouses. So I only got 5 points. I wasn't doing this too much for the point side. I got more of the bonuses. So hopefully that was a good idea. Now, points that I got at the bank. So I got both of the points scoring there for 11. Then points for monks. I never converted one of the other tokens into a monk. So I get to keep all of the points. I didn't lose any. So that is 7. Then all of my points at the whatchamacallit, the depot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I forgot about something. The bonus award for the person who had the most towns built, I had 8. Joan had 1. David wins that one. So that gives me another citizen. So actually, I had 4 citizens. So this is 12 times 5 for 60 instead of 55. So hopefully that 5 points puts me over the top. So I've got 65, 76, 83, 89 for David. Let's see how Joan does. So Joan here on the the farmers got 10. On the fisher people got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. On the knights got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Scholars does not get her any points. Here in the depot, this is big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 31, 33, 36 at her depot. Then for her multiplication, she has 4 on this side and 3 on this side for 12. So Joan has 48, 58, 68, 76. I did not burn at the stake, but I did help the people build a very successful Orleans. So I won 89. Joan had 76. I was honestly sweating because this depot, with how quickly she moves up that track, it really trips you out. I mean, 36 points, that felt really big. But I went so hard after the towns and the citizens. So getting 60 there helped, but whoo-wee. Yeah. So that is Solo Orleans. Good game, Joan. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming to check it out. This was a lot of fun. I really like this one. I'm anxious to play this one with Jess in a 2-player mode where we're actually taking these tokens from each other. Let me switch back up top. I've never played the regular game, the back building game. I would love to do that. So that's something that I gotta get to the table. Maybe somebody knows how to play it, would like to teach me. maybe at PAX U. So yes, this was a lot of fun. It's a great kind of like combo-y game. You're trying for bonuses. You're trying to see like where you can make a particular engine work, being able to boost up particular types of actions, and then trying to focus on those and seeing how those can go after certain types of abilities. So I really did go as hard as I could up this development track because early on I went and got those books. So I was like, okay, here we go. And the development track wants towns and citizens. So where can I get those? And so being able to look at that stuff and see how that all works together, that's fun. And the little solo deck, whoever came up with this, worked really good. So you never know exactly what Joan's going to want to grab and what she's going to get from it. So there's tension, you know, like if you're playing another player, you know what towns they've been to. So you could try to sneak in and get one of those towns first and prevent them from taking it. But you never know with Joan. Joan's path is invisible. So she may come in, but she also may try to take a town that you've already got. So sometimes she might whiff, and that's cool too. Well, everyone, Thursday is coming to a close here. I hope everybody's doing great. I have to go find a new show because I just finished watching Three Body Problem on Netflix. Really enjoyed it. Bummed that it's over, but happy that I get to try to find a new show now to watch. So that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go make some dinner and I'm going to go try and find a new show to enjoy. If anybody's still listening and they've got some real quick, like, oh, hey, you should watch this, then feel free to throw that quick in the chat. What did I watch before that? I watched Fallout. I thought that was fun. I liked the sci-fi intention of Three Body Problem more than the like cartoony gore of Fallout, but I thought the story in Fallout was fun too. I was watching Tales from the Loop. That was fun. Slow. So I like Three Body Problem better than that. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great Friday. Just really nail it down, get to the weekend. If you're in America and you get Labor Day off, then awesome, and enjoy 3 days. Send all the good wishes and vibes and prayers up to Jess and team at PAX West as they put together Game Changers, which is a great dinner space networking time for women and women identifying folks in the gaming industry to get to know one another and just share in common experiences or maybe learn from each other in things that they haven't experienced yet. And so that's happening tomorrow night, and she is up there as we speak, getting all that stuff prepared and ready for tomorrow. So that will be cool. Can't wait to hear about it. But otherwise, wonderful people, be wonderful to others around you and make this world a little bit more wonderful with your presence. So appreciate y'all. Have a great evening and see ya.